Hey guys, welcome back. This is Chosen Architect, and today we're going to be jumping into some immersive engineering. So, I hope you guys are ready. So I am currently working on this build. I already have the framing built out. I'm trying to get this done over here. I'm coming up with some creative ideas for my multi-blocks that are going to be here. What I want in the center is going to be a hay bale and then a fire place on top. And if you put a hay bale underneath the fireplace, smoke actually rises quite high out of here. And so I want to I'm going to go ahead and knock all this stuff down. This is just like my scaffolding that I was using, of course, without using actual scaffolding. I probably should. It's just, I'm such in a habit of using blocks. It's just, you know, just classic Minecraft gamer, man, always using regular blocks to build, even though new things have came out. But anyways, this, I wanted to use a darker color to separate from everything. So this limestone is pretty nice, and I have discovered that the stone cutting tool is amazing because Quark has successfully added new blocks that use it. So we can take cobblestone and make this awesome cobblestone texture. Look at that. That's actually a really cool looking texture. And it's different, which is what I love. And it actually goes well. And this right here, this limestone, has different textures as well, different patterns. We have some right here that I plan on actually integrating into this, it not just being a solid like texture here. I actually want this to have a little bit of, you know, texture changes to it. Of course, I do want it open a little bit. I'm probably going to adjust the sides here just a tad. But yeah, these right here actually work very well. Look at this. I mean, we can just cover it like that, leave that little hole open there, and access our stuff. By the way, it's you can tell I've been working here for a little while. But I want to incorporate it on the other side as well, and I'm going to have two stacks going up, and they should be just about the same size. So let's go and get that wool, and we're going to make a little fireplace. So I just went ahead and placed the hay bale, used some vanilla mechanics, and you can see the smoke is going to rise from here. And that looks amazing. And I really like that if you hold down shift, you can place these on the sides of blocks. I believe this is also Quark that's doing that. And yeah, we get some smoke. So if we come out of here and we look down, we should have like some life that has just been brought into this build, right? Should have some life in it now. Let's back away. Let's kind of look and see what it looks like from over here. Oh man, that's so good. And I think the other one, the other one, I might vary it and not put hay, and we just put a regular block underneath it, and it'll be kind of a shorter smokestack. But man, that looks really good. And the fact that there's going to be another one right next to it, I'm probably going to make it a little bit shorter to kind of vary things. Man. And this right here is going to be our factory. So I did vary the roof. What I'm going to do with the roof is very interesting. This is going to be kind of a roof that kind of tapers down at an angle going this way, and this roof is going to taper from the back here forward, and it's going to be kind of just a slope, very simple slope, nothing too fancy to it. Honestly, wish I had more of these blocks. I might go farm some more of them because I really like this texture and I'd love to incorporate that into here. But this right here, definitely fitting. All we got to do is add some kind of some variants to it. Definitely add some different variants of bricks and stuff. Like I said, I have all different kinds of bricks that I can throw into here, such as this, which will definitely give it a little bit, I don't know, more of a realistic look. I mean, you're not going to have perfect bricks everywhere. I have to say, I think we've come a long way since our little hut. Yeah, this right here is what I've been spending. I think I spent like 4.5 hours working on this today. And yeah, I'm super happy with this. I think this turned out fantastic. I tried to build something different, something that used different blocks and used a lot more modded blocks than I'm used to using. Usually I always try to go with vanilla, and I should really expand on my color palette a bit more. You know, and that's what I kind of worked with. Because at first I was like, you know what, I don't know if I really like this this Garbro type or Gabriel type block, but I'm slowly starting to like it. I really like this this layered right here version, which kind of almost looks like it's popping out of the wall when you're looking at it from further away. So it definitely adds some different texture, even though it's a flat wall on the inside. And yeah, this actually, I mean, this turns out pretty good. I really like the big chains that I was able to add into here. The lanterns, these spruce palisade, I think, or palisade. This right here, they're really cool because we can connect them to things and then add a fence, and you can see it's just slightly smaller, so it gives it even more depth. And the more depth you can get in Minecraft, the better things are going to look, in my opinion. That's why I even added these spruce trapdoors, just to give it a little bit more, I don't know, just depth to this whole thing. Now, I did go ahead and place down some bone meal, and back here is actually, I really want a path back here of some sort. So having this open, as you can see, I was working on getting a path back here. I had to fill it all in with dirt. And yeah, I'm kind of going with this for the floor for now. This is all open. I don't have anything closed off yet, but honestly, having the wood here is kind of dangerous for some things. So I think this area is going to be more suitable for immersive engineering. So now, right now I have this, right? And we have a bunch of creosote. So what we can do with creosote is actually make some bottles, and we can bottle up that creosote for later, because we're definitely going to be needing it for a few things. But bottles are usually the way to go. You can use buckets, but it's going to take a little bit of time. And we need to start working on getting ourselves the blast furnace, which is going to get us steel. And yeah, we have to go to the nether for that. For the blast furnace, we actually need these magma blocks. And I literally just pillared down from the kind of the corner part right before, like this road right here should take us right to the fortress, which I think the fortress is just like right over here. So I wanted to get a way down so that way we can kind of adventure for one thing. I really want to adventure here. Look at these trees. These are kind of cool looking. But these blocks are not only really cool for decorating, they're really useful for just about everything. There's a lot that mods can do with them. I kind of want to see if there's, oh yeah, it can be turned into obsidian. Look at that, by the washing, the bulk washing. Ooh, that's actually really nice because, oh, and there's a temperature heat value for power with the thermo generator. All right, we got something that we can do there. That's a potential. The power mod, or the power mod, that is something new to me as well. Man, there's so many new mods in here that I've known about for a while. Like, I've known about the power mod for quite some time. Like, it was in like a alpha state way back when I was talking with Epic Squid, who is one of the devs of one of the main devs of several mods, but one in particular that you guys may know, which is Ender.io. And they had a DevCraft server, and I had played it a little bit, and while I was on there, that was one of the mods that was in the pack, kind of new, and of course there wasn't much to it at the time, but definitely was in dev, which I kind of secretly have known about a lot of these mods that have been in the works. But anyways, I'm here. I'm gonna go ahead while I'm here. I've pretty much gotten everything I need. The only thing I really need to do is I have to smelt up some netherrack to get nether brick, and we're pretty much ready to go. But I kind of want to harvest some of this. What is this wood? Nether wood. It's so funny because I love how in this version, this is right. Oh, these berries? Oh no. Right before this version, right? 1.16.1 is out, and that was the Nether update. This is 1.15, so this is right before. And it's funny to see like interesting Nether stuff going on. I am so surprised that people didn't like go gun-ho and try to recreate what the trailers and stuff was kind of hinting at, as far as what the Nether update was going to be. But this is awesome. And like I've already I came here earlier and mined up some basalt because I wanted to use it for the roof part of the build, and also grab some glowstone. But yeah, this looks really cool. So I'm kind of out here cheating on my horse. I noticed there was a bunch of horses over here, so I was like, you know what, I might be able to get one that's a little bit faster. And let me just show you real quick. So this one has several hearts, and usually there's a trade-off, and you see how fast this horse is. It doesn't feel that fast. Now, this one has way fewer hearts, but is much faster, in my opinion. Way faster. So, I mean, you might be able to tell strictly off of, like, how many hearts that a horse has on it. Like, this one has a bit more, so it's probably not going to be as fast. And then what's the jump on this one? It's not that high. but I don't need it to jump that high. I need it to run fast. So yeah, I tested out a couple horses. This one had the lowest amount of health and is obviously the fastest one. So yeah, and you're wondering, what am I doing? Well, I'm out here, I'm hunting for clay. I do know there's some clay up in the mountains, mountainy areas. If you kind of dig underneath the sand and stuff, you might find clay. But there's a little spot nearby. It's not horribly far away in the river, and the river is, of course, in my opinion, the best place to find it, or the ocean, which I'm kind of heading in both directions because the ocean's also nearby. On my way back after getting some clay, look at this tree. Wow, this has some potential. Please drop a sapling. Please, please, please. Oh, thank you. Look at these. Oh, can we shear these? This is from that fruit trees mod. Can we shear the ground leaves like that? Because that could be used, and oh, it would be such good decoration. Here's another one. This is a lime sort of dead leaf. I might grab this as well. I just want the saplings so we can plant them and potentially get these leaves here. So yeah, the more stuff we can have. Like, is this another? This is a, oh, this is from Forbidden Arcanist. Huh, this is just a regular oak tree. Yeah, I want these saplings. I now have all the stuff to be able to make exactly what I've been trying to get this whole time, which is a blast furnace. All right. This is a very simple blast furnace, by the way, that comes from Immersive Engineering. And there's actually an upgraded version of this. Not really an upgrade. I don't know. Actually, is there an upgraded version of the Coke oven? I don't remember. I thought I remember there being something like that, but don't fully know. But as you can see, right here we have the Coke oven. We have the blast brick, which are, I guess, it doesn't really tell me what the multi-block is, but it is a multi-block. And I want to show you that you can't use coal. I can't put coal in here. Oh, also, you can't use, unfortunately, you can't use bottles. I thought you could use bottles, but you can't. So I did scoop out a couple of buckets, but there's our 32. And all you gotta do is put your iron in, and this will use the coal coke to smelt this down into steel. So if we take a look, I don't even think there's a, oh, there it is, blast furnace, and it knocks it down into steel, and we have some slag. Now, the steel is actually pretty nice. It's a really good part for Silent Gear, and I even think there is an armor set for it. Yes, and this is actually some really decent armor as well. I think it's, if we search diamond armor, if we take a look at the helmet here, this is 2 armor toughness 3. This is setting at 1 armor toughness and 3. So it's just ever so slightly less than diamond, but it has a lot higher durability. So it's sort of the trade-off, right? Is your durability, but honestly, having toughness is really important. So I don't know. It's a really good tool modifier though. Diamond's not as easy to get and easy to come by as this is. And man, this fits so well. It looks like it's actually functioning and going up into this. This is probably one of my favorite things I've done so far. I was kind of coming up with ideas for how we're going to get power from this mod. And this building is actually set up in a pretty good location to be able to do that. And I was thinking about having a water wheel right here, like a 3-wide water wheel. It would be butted up against this wall, and I would actually modify the way this is set up here to look like water is actually rushing out of it, as if there's a break and a gap in the wall. Man, I'm just like, my mind is exploding with ideas. I want to have a gap in the wall and have it run underneath. Now, this won't be the most power you can get out of water wheel, because there are particular ways you can set them up in order to get the maximum amount of power. But that's not what I'm going for. I'm going for aesthetics. I can always put a just a windmill, and a windmill is a really good source of power. And I could put that anywhere. But for right now, I was thinking a water wheel would be really nice. So what we need to do is we actually need to gather up some creosote from here and throw it in a crafting table. And we can take this creosote bucket, surround it with wood, and get ourselves some treated wood planks. And this is going to be a necessity, right? We have to do this and we need tons of it. So what I want to do is I just want to expand all of this. There we go. and I can just throw buckets in here. It is very... Oh, I didn't need to... Oh man, I just made a bunch of chests. Didn't need to do that. Yeah, this is going to take a little bit of time, as you can see. But it's definitely worth it, as this is how we're going to get our base power started from this mod. Well, and now that I have this here, this crafting table, we should remove this and actually replace it with a crafting table. It's going to be a little bit better than this. So let's go ahead and knock this out and check out immersive engineering. And if we add the mod, and we search table, I believe there's a new table here. Yes. So this table requires this to be treated wood slabs. Actually, I think it's a different kind of slab, isn't it? It is treated wood planks. So, okay, it's a variant of it. So you can see we just changed those variants. There we go. And voila, we have an engineer's crafting table. And I think this engineer's crafting table, does it retain your items? Yes. And it also has something else in there. Let me pull these buckets out. I think this will hold the items. So if I throw this in here, I put this in, and I exit out, you can see it stays in the crafting table. This is an awesome crafting table then. And I bet that it will even pull items out of this, well, I guess it should, because of course it'll even pull things out with JEI from your inventory. So it'll definitely pull from here. At this point, we should definitely have, oh yeah, some steel cooked up. I'm ready to get these water wheels up and running. Just to show you what they look like, let's go ahead, because they're actually quite large. And I need to figure out exactly where to put them. And 3 of them can be placed together next to a kinetic dynamo. And you can see this requires some copper wire. I'm going to need to make this. I think I have some copper. I don't have much, but I do have a little bit of copper. And I think the recipe, did I miss it? Right here, copper wire. Oh yeah, we need sheets, but you can actually get sheets like this with your engineer's hammer. So if you didn't know that, a little tip. With our kinetic dynamo made, I need to find a place to put this, right? And we don't have to have the kinetic dynamo placed like right on anything. I need to remember where exactly the water will sit and how far off. So probably the best way would just be to, let's go ahead and place this kinetic dynamo right here for right now. And then I think that's actually high. I think it's like 3 blocks off the ground, isn't it? Yeah, technically this is like not an actual block. So it's 1, 2, 3. So this needs to be at least 2 blocks off the ground. And then the water needs to run underneath these blocks. So I have the kinetic dynamo placed, and we should be able to fit 3 water wheels up together just like this. And they're going to set off the side just like that. And like I said, underneath here, I want to have water flowing. And what I'll probably do is actually get it to flow a little bit better than it would if it's just setting, you know, normally. What I'll do is I'll have this raised up, and this is actually going to be kind of blocked off at this point. I was going to have a path wrap around, but the more I think about it, why would I ever need to go back there, right? I don't ever need to go back there. And we can actually have that water like run off through the front, and I'll make it look like it's actually feeding underground again, like I've done before. And it'll kind of look like it's where this water, oh, well, actually, no, because that's actually coming out of the barrel. But anyways, it still kind of gives you an idea that like water is actually running underneath the ground. I don't think it looks half bad. It's actually functioning. Now, I probably want to go back and change some of this to like sand and stuff to kind of vary the way the dirt looks. And then on this side, it's honestly not too bad either, even though I could probably set up some different blocks here instead of dirt. But eventually this will all be turned into this type of grass instead of dirt, and it'll probably look a little bit better once that's done. But yeah, I think this looks good. I kind of have like a water source going on here, and the higher up you can have this, so if you actually have the water start on the top and wrap around, you can even force it to go up a little bit towards the end. That will get you the max power, which I think for one of these setup is like 88 RF per tick, or at least it used to be. So at the moment we are generating power. We should be able to find out how much. So I went ahead and made a kinetic dynamo earlier. Now I need to get into immersive and not make a kinetic dynamo, but we need to make ourselves a little bit of a battery to be able to store some of our residual power, because that's how you can make this actually useful, is if you have an LV capacitor, which requires lead, which lead is kind of rare. I've not found much of it. It's just about as rare as diamond in my opinion. But it's found underground. It may be found in higher levels. I don't know yet. I've not really mined at higher levels. But this right here will store the power, and it's how you can make this actually worth your time. Because whenever you're just kind of idly just doing other projects, this will be just storing power in a battery for you. And you can use that residual power later on. And that's what makes this really useful. And right here, we have access to the point right away. To get all this hooked up is pretty easy. I'm going to go ahead and make a charging station real quick. This guy right here is going to hopefully get us into being able to charge things. And why would I need to charge stuff? Well, I want to make the Dire. I've been kind of on the back burner on this. I don't know if I didn't know if I wanted to do it or not, but I think I do. There is going to be other uses for other tools, but Dire's mining laser is my favorite. So the mining gadget, I guess I can just search mining, right? So mining gadget right here is fantastic. It's got so many upgrades. It is a wonderful tool to mine and makes mining so much better. It requires, I believe 5 diamonds. So it requires 5 diamonds to make, but it does need a charging station. It does need something to charge, and it requires a lot of power. This is going to charge it very, very slow. So we will have to use other tools. So I have my charging station here, and I want to get my battery up and running. So the LV battery can go right here. I think it could butt directly up against this to start charging. It might actually not. Let me go ahead and place it down, and I'll just hook this up. Now, with the hammer, you can change this. You can see right here, it says side facing, no connection, energy input, energy output. I love that it says that. So we want to make sure it's an energy input. I'm even going to back this away, because if it's sitting in the same block space, it's not going to work that well. What I need to do is hook up 2 of these LV wire connectors. And I think I ran out of LV wire connectors because I had to use them to make my charger. Let's see. There went 1. Okay, so I need 3 though, I believe. So let's just take a look at these LV wire connectors. These are what you're going to use, and this is sort of the recipe. I'm out of copper, so I guess we won't even be able to get the thing hooked up. But what I can do, I'll just show you this for right now. You can hook these together, and then what you do is you hook in this to here. Now, with this hooked together, this is now being charged. I don't think the hammer tells me how much is in here, does it? No. I think there's another tool that will show you how much power is in here. Usually, your little information thing at the top would tell you, but it's not at that point yet. I guess in mod development, so I don't have anything to be able to see that. But this is connecting, and technically this is storing power. And you can actually add points on this side. Now the LV wire relays, what you would do is you would hook this up to a power source, because the LV wire connectors need to be connected to what is sending power and what is going to receive power. These, however, are the transitions. So a good little transition source would be to hook these up, these wall mounts, and then I don't know if the wall mounts can go upside down or not. Yes, they can go upside down. Depends on what part of the block you hook them to. So what we could do is I could take this, place this as a wall mount, and then hook these up, and this will allow us to route power throughout our rooms and stuff. And it also looks really nice, I think. To get the charger hooked up, I've moved this. What we can do is do the exact same thing. Take our wire. By the way, if you break the connection, the wire will go away. And now this should be able to charge up our equipment. But like I said, it's only going to charge it with a little bit of power, as we don't have that much coming from our system here. I'm going to go ahead and grab the mining gadgets. Oh man, this thing is so cool. And we can't even use it yet. Oh, and it has sound now. All right, so I should be able to put this in here, I think. Okay, right here, gadget setting. Oh, that's the gadget for this. Can I not? Will that not charge in there? Oh no. We did all this and it doesn't even charge. Oh my gosh, I am a genius. I am absolutely a genius. It does work. If you put it in a hopper. Oh, look at that. So, yes, I couldn't right-click it into there, and I'm sure it's something to do with how the actual tool works. But you can see it is starting to charge. Not very quickly, but it is putting a charge on it, and that is what I want. I want this to be able to get charged up just like it is. So we can just leave it in there. And it actually looks really cool sitting in there. Look at that. It's like a mini version of it. It's so cool how it minimizes things like that. So yeah, I just let the thing charge it up, and yeah, we can start mining with our original tools until that thing's ready to go. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to, like I said, one of my Patreons of doing this every episode. Guys, I really appreciate this. I appreciate all my Patreons 100%. Thank you guys so much. And all the new people who have joined the Patreon. I thank you guys so much. You guys do get access to sub-servers and everything else like that on my Discord. I do have sub-servers that, actually, this is one of the sub-servers that is currently up right now. We do have this pack on there. So, I hope to see you guys over there. Also, like I said, it gives access to a bunch of new channels and stuff on the Discord. We have a fantastic place to hang out there. I want to give a huge shout out to JPC Marquez. I want to say thanks to you for going above and beyond when it comes to supporting on Patreon. It is, like I said, I cannot do it without you guys. So JPC Marquez, thank you so much. And we're going to hit you right there with a little bit of white dye so that way we can see it on the sign. And it's going to go towards our little water wheel project that we got set up. And man, thank you guys all so much. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up, as it helps out so much with the YouTube algorithm. You guys know how YouTube can be. Well, at least some of you might. And if you haven't subscribed already, we have seen a huge growth in subscribers within the past few days thanks to this pack. I want to say thank you guys so much, all of those who did subscribe, and I hope those who haven't will decide to. And also ring that notification bell, as that really helps as well. So guys, I think I'll see you guys in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.